Okay, today we're going over translations. Translations are a type of transformation that occurs where the size and shape all stay the same. They are all going to be congruent. A transformation is a change in the size, location, or orientation of a figure. A translation is a transformation which slides each point of the figure the same distance and in the same direction. So that means all points that are plotted for each coordinate will be slid the same distance and in the same direction. The resulting figure after a transformation is called the image of the original figure. Okay, in example 1, triangle ABC is translated 1 unit right and 4 units up. So it asks you to draw the image triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. So you're going to look at these coordinates and you're going to go 1 unit right and 4 units up for each of these. So if you started with A right now is at 1, -3. And to translate it, you are going to count 1 unit right. So you'd go over right and then 4 units up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you would put A prime at the coordinate 2, 1. So then you would do that with the next coordinate. So B prime, you're going to go and you're going to count 1 unit right from B, 1 unit right, and then go up 1, 2, 3, 4. So the new coordinate for B prime would be 4, 4. Alright, for C prime, you're going to do the same thing. You are going to count from C 1 unit right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then write C prime. You always have to remember to write the prime symbols. So C prime is going to be at 5, 2. So basically you're just counting the spaces like you would do on a Monopoly board. For example 1, we can write a rule. In order to write these rules, you have to look at what stays consistent. Okay? It says that throughout each of these coordinates, we were supposed to go 1 unit right and 4 units up. So if you look at my x coordinates from my original coordinates to my new coordinates, each time my x value goes up 1. So from 3 to 4, 4 to 5, it's going to go up 1. So I'm going to put x plus 1. Then I have to look at my pattern for the y. From the old y to the new y, each time it's increasing by 4. So I can put as a rule y plus 4. Okay, so as a general rule, this translation could be written as xy becomes x plus 1 and y plus 4. Okay, for example 2, it says triangle JKL has coordinates J02, K34, and L51. Draw triangle JKL. So you're going to draw the image triangle JKL prime after a translation of 4 units to the left and 5 units up. Then you're going to label the triangle. So for each point you're going to count 4 units to the left and 5 units up. So you'd start at J and you'd go over left 1, 2, 3, 4 and up 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So your new coordinates for J would be at -4, 7. And then you would put J prime. And for K, you would count 4 units to the left and 5 units up. And your new coordinates for K would be at -1, 9. And you have to make sure that you put the prime symbol. And you do the same thing for L. You count 4 units to the left and 5 units up. So your new coordinate for L would be at 1, 6. Okay, then you need to write a general rule about this. Okay, we went 4 units to the left and 5 units up. Since we're counting to the left, we are subtracting from the x. So it'd be x minus 4. Because if you look at all of my x coordinates from the old image to the new, they are decreasing by 4 each time. So it's going to be x minus 4. If you look at all of my coordinates for the y, they are increasing by 5. So it's going to be plus 5. Because if you're traveling left, right, you're traveling negatively on the x-axis. If you're traveling down, you're traveling negatively on the y-axis. If you're traveling right, you're traveling positively on the x-axis, and if you're traveling up, you're traveling positively on the y-axis. Okay, it says tell me more about these figures. Okay, are they congruent or are they similar? You can look at the figure and tell that they are congruent because nothing about the figure has changed. It is congruent, nothing changes except the location. So everything stays the same. The angles, the shape, the size, everything stays the same, so it's congruent. Okay, this translation location is going to help you to write those rules. So you're going to add to the x coordinate when you are moving right. You're going to subtract from the x coordinate when you are moving left. You're going to add to the y coordinate when you are moving up. And you are going to subtract from the y coordinate when you are moving down. Example 3 says, write a general rule which describes the translation shown below. LMN is the original triangle. So in order to write this rule, you have to find the original M or one of the other original coordinates like L or N, and you have to count from the original to the new. Now from M to M prime, you're going to go up 2 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to go right 6. Well, when you go right or left, that pertains to the x. So you are going to, and it's positive, okay, so you're going to do x plus 6. When you go up or down, that is pertaining to the y. So it's going to be positive because it's going up. So y plus 2. That's how you find out the rule. Okay, the rule described says to translate it using the rule x minus 3 and y minus 1. X minus 3 means move left 3 units, and y minus 1 means move down 1 unit. Okay, so you could either do this two ways. You can take each of those coordinates, if you did not want to count and you didn't have a graph, you could take each of those coordinates and subtract all of the y's by 3, no, by 1, and all of the x's by 3. So you could take each one and say coordinate t says 0 and 3. So I would subtract 3 from the x to get negative 3, and subtract 1 from the y to get 2. Or you could just count left 3 and down 1. You can do that two different ways. So your new coordinates should be negative 3, 2, negative 1, 3, and 2, negative 2. Okay, if you look at the last question, it says using the image of t u v prime, perform an additional translation using the rule x plus 3, y minus 3. State the new coordinates of triangle TUV prime prime. Is this new image congruent or similar to the original figure? If you look at this, team UV prime prime just means that 2 transformations have occurred. So each little prime symbol tells you how many translations or transformations have occurred. So if you have 1 prime symbol, that means 1 transformation. 2 prime symbols means 2 transformations. 3 means 3 transformations. So it would want you to translate again the already translated triangle. So if you look at it, we're going to be looking at the green triangle. So we're not going to move the blue triangle again, we're going to move the green triangle. And we're going to move this by using this rule. X plus 3 means right 3 and down 3. And then you would write your new coordinates with prime prime symbols. And your original figure to the prime prime figure that was translated twice is also going to be congruent because nothing changed except for the fact that it was slid even further.